Sorry, but one thing about me, I don't like how pink my lips are because they just look so ashy. I feel like the camera is getting very much ash. Is the lighting okay? I don't even know. I look so ashy. I think it's okay. Alright, hi divas, it's Sedacia here, and I have officially decided to be vulnerable, okay? But don't get too much ahead of yourself. But I hope you girls are doing absolutely fantastic. You guys are going to get ready with me. I have a package that I need to pick up from FedEx. From America because I ordered some supplements. How dramatic, sending shit with FedEx. Ugh. The way I will have to pay the taxes and shit now because I know they're about to send me a fucking bill. Sorry, excuse me. But I hope you girlies are doing absolutely fantastic. I'm doing better, alright? I'm doing way better. I'm going to do my makeup while talking my shit and telling y'all what the fuck has happened the past few months, because just when life couldn't get worse, it literally got worse for me. Like, I don't know what's going on with the universe, why they keep putting me through these tests. I'm a sexy goddess. I need to be able to live my life in a calm way, but it's like I always tend to get tested. I'm trying this new foundation that I bought it last year, I believe. Was it last year? Yeah, I bought it last year from Pat McGrath. Hopefully this shit is cute. It's like a skin tint, allegedly. Let me also just do my brows. I've already applied like, what is it called? Primer, because last time when I did my makeup, I forgot. Doing the makeup is not really like, it's just a skill you need to basically learn. But I'm just gonna do my brows. Oh, this mirror is so dirty. Alright, I hope that I was able to fix the lighting. You guys, I still haven't learned all the edits from my Canon G7. It's crazy. Like, I just got this Digicam and I already know the edits for this one, but it's a lot more easier. The Canon G7 is like a fucking computer. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, it's a touch screen. Like, even with this camera, I'm like forgetting that this is from fucking 2007. And we're going to do some talking. I have a lot of talking to do, a lot of explaining to do. Because just when I thought life couldn't get worse, it fucking did for me. Last year, as some of y'all know, I've briefly spoken about this, I had a terrible year. I mean, was it the worst year ever? I don't know, because I feel like every year something happens that fucks me over. It's always something that fucking happens with me. Like, I don't have an easy life. I want you guys to know that. I am always being tested. I'm always being put into situations where my integrity is being tested, and it's almost as if like the universe knows that I am meant to, like, I can handle it. Literally, it's like the universe tells me, Sedacia, you're a strong, fierce bitch, you can almost handle everything, so we feel like you need to go through a little bit more harder shit before you actually get the final things you actually desire to have. And please, like, somebody save me, even though no one will. I've spoken briefly about this on my social media, but you guys know, like, I've said that I am in a rebuilding phase, and this rebuilding phase is such a nasty thing. Some people rebuild from, you know, divorce or breakups or losing jobs or whatever. That's what some people are rebuilding from. When it comes, ooh, looks like someone has knocked me the fuck up. Basically what the fuck life has been doing. Yeah, but overall, I don't know, guys, like, life has just been testing me a lot, and as I said, I am right now in a rebuilding phase, and I feel like it's time to be a little bit more vulnerable about certain things and perhaps a little bit honest. I'm not someone who overshares. I'm not someone who trauma dumps, but I do feel like it is important to show these parts of my life because I am someone who will be exactly what the fuck I want to be. I see my future, I know my potential, I know what I will get in this life. So I think it is kind of important perhaps to showcase or tell a little bit about where I am at the moment in life and what's going on technically. In fact, I'm so nervous to even talk about it. Like, I'm like, fuck. Seriously, where the fuck do I even start? So, ew, why does it look like this? Sorry. Okay, so obviously I've spoken about being in a rebuilding phase and rebuilding my life and having to go through shit. So I will tell you guys this about me. So I am someone who had a very difficult childhood. Foundation's like fucking water, like, ugh. Sorry, like, this is why you don't try new products when you need to talk about important, but it's nice. It's very nice. Sorry, excuse me. But why does it look like water? Ugh, fuck, I need to focus. So I am someone who, ooh, sorry, it's so nice, this foundation. It's like skin. I am someone who have had a very rough childhood, like a very rough childhood. So I grew up in foster care homes, not mostly, but it was like on and off. I have lived in women's shelter homes with my mom. I, you know, have lived in different foster homes. I have even like lived in like, because you guys know, if you guys didn't know, I was born in London in England, but I moved to Sweden with my mom and my sibling because my mom had her sister living here. She lived in London for a very long time, like in England, like for years. You know, like my family are like the type of people, like they have lived in Europe longer than what they did in Africa, technically. And my mom grew up rich because my grandfather, he was a businessman who had like a lot of stores and shit in Belgium. So she even went to like elementary school in Belgium. So almost all my aunts, like majority of them, majority of them live in Europe technically and grew up here in Europe. And but whatever. So what my mother, we were living in London, and when I was like 5 we moved here to Sweden. So I don't really have like any memories. I was like 4 technically. 4. I don't really have any memories of living in London, but trust me, I know I know London. I know how to get around. If you guys know, you know. But this is such a nice foundation. But yeah, so that's basically it. And yeah, so I've had a very rough childhood. Nothing has really been easy for me. Like, I grew up with a very abusive childhood. So everything around me as a child was abuse. Like, that's like the first, like, I've never really known what true love is. I've never really witnessed it genuinely, because I was so, like, I just grew around violence. I grew around abuse. Okay, I grew up around abuse. So growing up for me, I was very problematic, I guess. I mean, I was a kid, I was problematic, but it was just because a lot of shit was happening around home. And I grew up in a very emotionally neglected house, unfortunately. So I have always been emotionally neglected by everyone around me, and always gaslighted and manipulated into thinking that I was the problem constantly. And because I have a very strong personality, because outside of all the shit that was going on at home, because I was always coming home, like I hated school, for example. Like, I would tell you guys, I have never liked school. I've always hated school, but I used to leave home early just to be at, like, I used to be at school around 7. Like, that's how early I would leave home, because I just didn't like being at home. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, that's how bad it was. So yeah, I grew up very emotionally neglected by everyone around my family, and I've always been very free. I've always been very bold in who I am. Like, I've always been very expressive, but always been very judged for it in school and by friends and by people. I've always been very left out. Like, there's never been like a best friend that I've had. You know how some people have friends that they have known for years, like childhood friends and things like that. I don't have any childhood friends. I don't have friends I went to school with. I removed everyone because I just started to think back about the time when I went to school and how none of you bitches really were my friends back then. So I just removed everyone. I removed everyone and I was just like, you know what, fuck all of you hoes. So yeah, so growing up, it was very difficult for me. I had a very rough childhood. It was very difficult for me. I never felt safe. I never was safe. I never was truly loved. I've never been protected my whole life. So as the adult, like imagine, I've always been just very eccentric and I've always been a diva, but I've had such strict parents. I was literally like a prisoner to my own ability to be to my fullest self. And when I kind of exposed who I was to the world, my surroundings didn't like it. So the surroundings that were at couldn't accept it. They didn't fuck with it, and they tried to like diminish it and make me even smaller. That's why I don't have a lot of people around me. That's why I keep myself to myself, because I basically have, in my mind, maybe it is a trauma response, maybe it is a defensive mechanism, because I've always been in survival mode. So for me, I definitely have this survival mechanism. But it's not weird with the shit I've been through. Like as a kid, like when you grow up in a house where you're emotionally neglecting and there's always fucking like abuse going on and violence, you're like, what the fuck? Like who the fuck do you rely on if you cannot even rely on your own parents, you know? Because the people around them, they will betray you as well. Everyone, like who the fuck? Nobody listens to children. A few does, a few cares, but like, for me at least, I never trusted the adults. Okay, adults are just like grown-up children, that's it. Anyways, so let's go back to a little bit of the topic. So I want you guys just to understand that I grew up like in a very like toxic household where like abuse, like it was just very like abusive, very emotional. I would like always been very emotionally neglected and shit like that. So I have had to like learn to survive on my own, been very independent for such a long time. Oh, this video is so draining to even talk about. This foundation is so nice. But anyways, and when it comes to me, I am very good at hiding my struggles and hiding what I've been through. Like when people meet me, I'm not even over-exaggerating. People think I've had an easy life. I guess when you meet me or when you see me, you can sense that there is some type of like vulnerability within me. But I'm such a strong, fierce bitch. And because I am a control freak, when shit collapses around me, all I care about is maintaining being a chic, sophisticated woman. And this period of my life, I would say, because now we're in July, so these past 6 months of my life, from last year to like this year now, 6 months, it has been such a nasty, disgusting year. The people that I have met and what the people have done to me around me has just been disgusting. So I have lived in different types of like foster homes. I've even been on juvenile for like teenagers, teenagers. So when I was like 16, 15, I was basically locked in. But don't worry, I'm not like a felon. I lived first, what the fuck is it called? I don't know what it's called. In Sweden, it's called HVB. It's like rehab, but it's not really like rehab because you live with multiple other girls who have their own issues. So some of them maybe have been convicted for stealing or fighting or beating someone up or just running from home and shit like that, you know. So my parents did not have any custody over me when I was like 15. So from 15 to until 18, they had no custody over me, and that was because of their own behavior and also because of my behavior. So there's like two types of custody battles where the parents lose you full custody. of you. And yeah, so my parents had no custody over me, so the bitches who owned me was the government. The government was owning me and putting me everywhere and switching me over the seas, you know. So I couldn't decide where the fuck I wanted to go. And imagine, I was like 15, 16, guys. So that's like also like, you know, I went to secondary school only like for 6, 8 months. That's also the year when I got jumped. Like, it was just like a lot of shit happening to me. I had been jumped. I stopped going to school, you know. I was living like in foster care homes. I wasn't living with my parents. So I was like, oh, finally I don't live with those fucking, like, with the devil. Now I can enjoy my life. Because all I wanted was to enjoy my life. But I wasn't able, like, babes, when I tell y'all, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. I wasn't allowed to like do anything feminine while living with my dad. Like, I wasn't even allowed to get my nails done. My dad used to take my makeup bag and crush it and like go and hide it. Like, whenever I went to school, I used to put makeup because he worked very early in the morning. I used to apply makeup in the morning, and then when I was at school on my way going home, I used to wash off my makeup at school. Like, that's like how he was. Like, that's how scared I was for him to see me with makeup, because the way he reacted was almost as if like I had brought home like 5 men, you know. It was just such, like, when I think about it, I'm just like, bro, like, what a weird person. Like, what an odd behavior. Like, ugh, please, like, ew. But look at me now, like, do my makeup. Like, I love makeup. I always love makeup. I always love fashion. Today, I'll get my nails done every fucking 3 weeks. I always get my hair done. I always, like, do my glam and skincare, because it's always been a passion of mine, you know. I always dress up. But when I was living under the roof of my parents' home, which I will come back to, because that's also why I am in my rebuilding phase. I wouldn't say it's the worst. Well, it feels like the worst era of my life right now, but it's honestly one of the most important eras of my life, because I needed this shit to happen, because I know I am about to get whatever the fuck I want. But anyways, let's go back to when I was 16 and 15. So I have lived like in foster care homes and juvenile lala. And yeah, I would like to disclaim that I haven't done anything criminal. I mean, these are public records, so if I would have done something criminal, someone would have probably exposed me by then. But I'm not like convicted for anything. I have always been very strategic. All of my friends that I had back then, they all have like charges of something. Either it's like weed or whatever, like small charges, theft, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, you know. I don't have anything. Like, I'm very like clean when it comes to the system, so my name is not in the system at all, you know. So I'm very like, I'm a clean name to the government, to the police, like that. But the type of bitches that I was living with, babe, like, I was living with some crazy ass bitches, and I must say all of them always respected me because I do walk as a boss. When I was 16, I entered the juvenile place, basically getting locked in, babe. Like, when I mean how strict they were, like, I had to get undressed in front of a cop. They had to check my pussy and everything, and, you know, my ass, and made me lift my legs up just to check that I didn't have shit on me. Like, that's the type of level it was. Can you imagine how traumatizing that shit is for like a 16-year-old girl? A 16-year-old girl? How embarrassing. Ugh, I remember I was like, what the fuck? I even said, oh my god, because I remember I was so blunt. I remember when I had entered the place. Oh my god, I was so fucking blunt. I remember when I had entered, and then they were like, you need to get undressed and we need to check you. And I was like, undressed? She was like, yeah, you need to get undressed. And I was like, why? And she was like, because we need to check that you don't have anything with you, like that hadn't like smuggled anything. And I was like, babes, because I remember I was like, I'm a girl. I am a girl though, like. And she was like, we know, but you still need to get undressed. We need to check you. And I was like, but why? And she was like, you lucky, because if this was prison, like jail where the adults were, even men could do this to you. So you're lucky that I'm a woman doing this to you. And I was like, ooh. I got undressed, darling. I showed her. She checked my shit out. She was like, turn around, blah blah blah. Then she checked me out. She saw that I had nothing, and yeah, that was like funny. And then when I arrived the first day, I arrived very late. I was like, it was like what? It was like, what time was it? It was 2 a.m. I believe. It's 2 a.m. nighttime p.m. It was 2 at night at least. So 2 hours after midnight. Because before that I was in another like what the fuck is it called? I don't even know what the name for it in English. I was like in another place, like in another system, I guess. I was in another system. And I got kicked out of that system because I was fighting everyone. Our girl had written the N-word in my fucking door. Yeah, she got her ass whooped. I fought her. And then there was another girl that did something very evil. I'm not even going to talk about it because you guys are going to look at me as the most evil bitch ever. So I'm not going to talk about them. But whatever. So I got kicked out of that because they obviously thought I was like a wild ass animal. So whatever. But I was very liked. Like, I must say, like, people really like me. People like me. I'm very likable. I'm a bitch, but I'm very likable. Like, I'm a very nice person. But when I got locked in, like, for real, like, very locked in, like, security guards constantly checking. Like, when I mean locked in, like, I was locked in. Locked in, like, I was locked in, guys. I was locked in. Like, I couldn't even go outside. Like, even when I went outside, like, a cage around me. I was 16, okay? But the next day, I woke up and all the girls, because obviously the way girls are, they always want to intimidate, you know. That's how girls are. They want to make their spot. They want to let you know who the fuck they are. And I went out and I was like, yeah, I want to make a phone call because like you could just call a couple times, I guess. Like, this was really like jail. Like, what the fuck. But I got out very quickly because I did fake being suicidal. And they let me out very quickly after that. But that's a story for another day. Because I was there for how long? Just like 3 months. I was there for the whole summer. This, you know, some people have been like for a year or something. All the girls were sitting at the sofa and they wanted to intimidate you. They want to intimidate you, but I just went up and I said hello to everyone and I introduced myself. I was like, hi, Sedacia, because none of you bitches really faced me. But back then, I didn't think to like intimidate anyone. I just went up and said hello to all the girls. And then after that, like 20 minutes later, 5 of those girls were outside of my door. They were like knocking and I opened the door. They were like, where are you from? You know, because obviously I'm a city girl, so I'm from Stockholm. So most of the girls there are not from Stockholm. Like, none of the girls were from Stockholm. They were either like from like 8 hours away. One girl even lived like near Denmark. Like, another girl lived like more up near Finland. So it was like everyone lived a little bit everywhere. And I was like, oh babe, I'm from Stockholm. And they were like, we heard it on your accent. And I was like, good. Good. Because, you know, small town girls, they will always hate this city girl. The big city girl. Like, I don't know what it is here in Sweden. The small town girls, the small town people, they always fucking hate the city girls. I'm telling you guys this because I want you guys to understand a little bit about my life, how hectic it has been as a child, as a teenager, for you guys to understand the position that I am in right now, okay? So yeah, after I lived there, they moved me to another system, to another jail, I guess, or juvenile. It wasn't jail, another juvenile. I've never been to jail or prison, but juvenile for like teenagers, because in Sweden it's illegal to put like teenagers in jail. And I hadn't done anything. I just fought a bitch who like had written the N-word in my door, and I did some other things. But like, that was when I was already in the system of like rehab, I guess. So they were like, yeah, this bitch is crazy, take her out. So that wasn't really like anything crazy, you know, like that. But while I was there, like, I was always painting, I was always doing my makeup. I used to do the girls' nails and things like that. Like, the girls, they used to come to me for me to do their makeup and things like that. You know, and then I moved to another juvenile. That's when I met the most craziest bitches, I have to say, because the one I was living in was very strict. We were the only like place, fuck, I don't know what's going on with my English, but we were the only girls who weren't allowed to leave the place, because most of the girls I used to live with, all of them always escaped. They always tried to escape, but then like 20 security guards had to run from them. Like, it was like some crazy shit. I was the only one who never tried to escape. I was the only one who never escaped. Like, I just didn't care enough to do it, because I was like, okay, one of the girls had hacked the system. So she had hacked the system and had a wife. She had hacked the system. She was like a crazy bitch. She had hacked the system And I had smuggled a phone. So she had hacked the system for the Wi-Fi. So I had Wi-Fi on my phone. So I had a phone inside. So I was chilling. I was good. And my friends used to constantly call. No, I had friends constantly calling me. We were talking. I was telling them, they were like, what's going on in there, bitch? Who is there? And I was like, oh my God, these bitches are crazy. Crazy, like crazy. So compared to like what I had been through, like what I had done, nothing compared. Like I was living with one girl who was she was Arab. She was living there with a hidden identity because her father tried to kill her, you know, honor killing. Like, I will tell you guys the type of people who live this so you guys get it, okay? So one girl, she was Arab. She was living there with a hidden identity. She told me her real name and her real age, but in the system, nobody knew her real name, her real age. She had to change it because her father tried to kill her, wanted to kill her. This is very typical in Sweden. There's a lot of cases about this. Another one was the most craziest bitch ever. She had set up a girl to get raped with her ex-boyfriend who had murdered someone for money. Another girl, I don't really know who she was. She was cool and everything, but she was on watch. She was on watch constantly for suicide because that bitch had cut up her arms like crazy. Like her arms and everything was chopped the fuck up. Like she had tattoos, she had piercings. Like when I say this bitch had cut up her arms, like it was genuinely like, because I remember just looking at her, I was like, babe, like damn, like her arms were like chopped up, like it was like, you know when someone cuts you hard. Have you like guys ever, like I have a lot of scars on my face as well, but babe, like her arms were like cut. Like she had cut, she said she was like, she takes knives to cut herself because she was like, first she used to do like with the needles, and then when it didn't feel enough she took knives, and the scar was like popping out. So even when it was healed, the scar was like thick and popping out, and it was thick. And she had it like all across her arms. Her arms were filled with scars, you know, and she has a bunch of tattoos. I was like, ooh, girl, like this, I don't know. It was just crazy. But anyways, that's where so those are like a couple examples of the girls that I lived with, you know, just so you guys know. But everyone was very nice to me. Everyone was very nice to me. I didn't have any issues with anyone. Sometimes I had issues with like the people working there and shit like that. Once even when I woke up, they had removed all the girls to the other house. So I was all alone in the house. But I didn't really care, honestly, because 2 weeks later I got out. So I was like, whatever. I have a whole house for myself. And I used to get medication. You guys remember, I don't know if I told you guys, but I had faked being suicidal so they could let me out quicker. I would never take my life. I'm a pussy. Trust me, I've been wanting to die multiple times, but I'm too much of a pussy. I could never take myself out. Also, I feel like it's just disrespectful towards myself. Like, okay, bitch, life is tough, but like, let's not take ourselves out. So I used to get medication, so I wanted the day to go as fast as possible. So I would watch TV, like I downloaded I downloaded movies all the time on the TV, and then I used to watch them. I used to be up all day, like all night, watch the movies. Then I used to take my medication because I never really swallowed my medication. I only took my sleeping meds because I wanted to sleep the whole day, wake up for dinner time or lunchtime, so that I had like, so the days went faster. You know what I mean? That's what I did. Because please, like, I got bored. Like, it was just boring. I used to smoke cigarettes. I even stopped smoking. When I got out, I remember I was the one who had the most money, and I even used to sell my medicine. Like, I had medication, but some of that shit, I didn't like it. Like, it was like medication to calm you down, and I'm not really someone who's into pills and shit like that. Like, it's just never really been my thing. So but the girls that I was living with, they were addicts. Like, they were true addicts. They used to take benzo, ecstasy, and everything. And I've tried all of that shit. I've had it medicated as well. But please, sorry, like, I just think drugs, like pills and shit like that, all of that shit is just overhyped. I'm a bitch who likes smoking weed, okay? When my PTSD starts kicking in, I just take a blunt, darling. But I haven't smoked now for like almost a year. It was a while ago. Yeah. I used to be the biggest stoner ever. When I say I used to stone, bitch, I used to smoke like a motherfucker. Like, The way I used to, oof, babe, please, like every day. So I just sold my medications to the girls, and they gave me tons of money. Like, I literally got out, like, I remember the workers there when they were checking how much money I had, because they were looking, because if you wanted, you could buy cigarettes. They would buy you cigarettes. Some of them were nice enough. They even saw, like, on my name, Sadasia, I had the most money of all of the girls in there, because I was saving. I've always been a business bitch, I'm telling y'all. I've always been a business bitch. Anyways, makeup looking so cute. This foundation is so tea. So that basically happened, and after like 2 weeks, after like a couple weeks, I was told that they had found a foster care home for me. So I was like, okay, finally I'm getting free the fuck up. And I met my foster care parents, who I till this day am still in contact with, and they are one of the most loyal people I've ever had and met in my life. Those are genuinely, like, I would consider them my parents, because I would say that they are the parents who stepped up for me, especially the woman, the mother of the family. She is definitely the mother that I never had, and I lived with them for until I turned like 18, and then I moved back to Stockholm. I got my own apartment, and I've been back ever since. But yeah, I had a foster care home. I lived with them. It was the best moments of my life. Till this day, I still talk with the mother. We're still in contact. We still talk and everything. She's very sensitive to me, which I very much admire, and I talk to her with everything, about everything. Like, she knows everything, which is just so interesting. It's just because with my mother knows nothing about me. Like, I don't tell her shit, because first of all, she's a snitch, she's fake, and she's not, like, she hasn't been the type of mother that I deserve to have. The way she has treated me, I know, like, I've spoken a little bit about my dad, but seriously, the worst parent between my mom and my dad is my mom. She's the worst parent. She hasn't been a good oh, sorry, my foot is sleeping. Yeah, but when it just comes to like my mother, it's so unfortunate, you know, because as a girl, your best friend should be your mom. The person you trust the most, the person you feel like you can confide to, should be your mother. For me, it's been the absolute opposite. My mother has been the least person I trust on this planet. I even trust my dad more than my mom, unfortunately, when it comes to things. Like, I know, like, I just don't, like, it's not that I hate my mom, but I just don't like her, and she knows it as well. She always tells me that she knows that I don't like her. She knows that I don't like her. And she has just never protected me. She's never looked after me. Like, my mother is a pick-me. She's a pick-me. She's always been nicer. She's like the type of person who's nicer to other people than to her own child, especially to her own daughter. Because obviously I'm the only girl. Growing up as well, I remember, like, when I was like 7, we were at the dinner table. She had no, like, she used to say, like, she is so happy that she have her sons. She wished she only had her sons and that she didn't give birth to her daughter. Like, she would say that at the dinner table when I was like 7, hugging only my other siblings and telling it to my face that she only fucks with her sons. That's a pick-me whore. I don't care what anyone says. That's a pick-me whore. And yeah, there's a lot of other things that she has done. She constantly used to tell me that she wished she had an abortion. You know, she was just very mean to me. She's never really been nice to me, ever. Whenever she tries to be nice to me, she'll always do it by, like, giving me money or buying me things, you know. Because she knows she has been a whack-ass mom. Whether she wants to admit it or not, she knows that she has been. She hasn't protected me at all, and she chose a man before her own children. So that's not an example. That's someone who clearly didn't learn anything from her past life and chose to be a bad mom in this life. and probably the last life, because this is a pattern. Her ancestors are trash. Mine will have trash as well, but I will get better in this life, because the past doesn't define me. It definitely has built me to become who I am today. And that's why I'm able to sit here now, talk about this without crying for now, because I'm not gonna fucking cry. I've been crying this whole year, this whole month, last month, even like a couple days ago. I was just like thinking about making this video and I was crying. So no, gotta keep it strong here. I'm doing my makeup to look pretty. Anyways, and my package is arriving today from FedEx Supplements. I'm buying an ice cream as well. Ugh, messages from WhatsApp. I was supposed to meet this girl. Oh, please. Ooh. Okay. But anyways, I lived with my foster parents for a couple years, then moved back to Stockholm. Everything was chill, everything was okay, you know. Then I had my own place. I was working. That's when I was working at McDonald's. I was working at different places, you know, constantly changing jobs, getting fired from jobs, changing job, getting fired from jobs, shit like that. I started doing lashes, you know, and I was like moving, and I was just like very independent. Things were getting in flow, and you know, I was in contact with my parents again. I guess when you grow up in a very abusive household, or like in a very toxic household, when you grow up in a very toxic household, there will always be like in the back of your mind hope, because your parents are still your parents. And I just like, I was still in contact with them times from times. There was times when I wasn't in contact with them. There was times when I was in contact with them. But I was also very young. I was still a teenager. Like when you're 18, 17, babe, like you're still a child. 19, 20, 21. You're still a fucking kid. Like I'm 24, but my frontal lobe is developing. Like I'm not a child like that. But my life has just begun. So yeah, but you know, you're still a child in a sense of way. So there's still some things that you don't fully know yet, that you still just need to learn from, which for me personally has been something I have really had to work with very hard. Because truly, people never change. They don't. They never change. And I had to realize this the hard way. So, I am 24 years now, 24 years old now, and I moved back in with my parents when I was 23. So, imagine, last time I lived with them, I was like 15. That's like a long time of not living with those motherfuckers, okay? A long time not living with my family. I was independent. I had my own shit going on. I was just like living it up, okay? The reason why I moved back in with them, first of all, I had been paying rent for so long. I was kind of overpaying rent, because I was like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I paying rent still when, like, you know, my parents have a big ass home? Because I told you guys, my parents live in a villa. So I was like, why am I paying rent when my parents have this big home? They live in a villa, like, you know, and I had visited them, like I had stayed over at theirs. So I was like, okay, they were nice to me. Sometimes I got into conflicts with them and shit like that, but then it kind of got like you guys know how it is. If you have like toxic parents and come from a toxic household, you know what I'm talking about like I need to buy more brushes, because what is this? But you know then, like, what I mean with the thought of things becoming better, or hoping at least that they have become better, whatever the fuck. And yeah, so I was just kind of like, okay, but things seems to have changed. Oh shit. So I was just like, okay, things seems at least to have become better, so maybe I should just like move in again. I would also like to mention that I never finished secondary school, because obviously I was 15 when I got put into these places. Then when I lived with my foster family, I only went like 1 year to school, 2 years I believe. Then I quit. Then I went back to Stockholm. Then Corona happened because, yeah, like I was supposed to graduate 2020. I am that fucking Gen Z who had to graduate during lockdown. So, babes, like, what's going on here? This is why I don't like doing my makeup and talking. Yeah. What the hell? When you're talking about trauma or do my makeup, like, nah, you need to pick one. I'm just apply blush. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I spoke with my father and my, you know, because my mom is not included in anything. She doesn't really give a fuck. She doesn't care. But I was like then, okay, let me just move back with my parents. I will start to study and I will save up my money. Then I want to move abroad. So I will study up on my grades. And then once I've studied up my grades, I can then, you know, go to uni in another country. Keep in mind, I don't want to go to school. I don't give a fuck about school. But I was like, that's the most easiest strategic way for me to move. Because I'm not moving just to move, babe. Like, just like that. Like, some of y'all just leave the country with just a couple, like, thousands in your account. I'm not doing that. Like, if I'm moving, I want to be as easy as possible. Or I want to have tons shit of money and live comfortably. Like, I don't want to have this struggle because... No, like, sorry, there's some standards I have for myself and I'm moving to another country. I'm not about to struggle like that. Like, I already have a good passport. I live in a good country. I don't need to do too much. So I was like, okay, let me just study up my grades. When I say that this past year, because I've only lived with them for a year, I moved back when I was 23. I'm 24 now, turning 25. So when I say that just this period of time of me living with them has been the most toxic, disgusting moments of my life. The way I have, like, I am real, like, people don't change. People don't change. People don't change. Like, literally, people don't fucking change. So I lived with them for a year technically, until a couple months ago. And I want to be very honest when I say this to y'all, because I haven't told y'all everything and I'm not here to trauma dump, but I had a very rough childhood, blah blah blah. You guys know a little bit about that. But there is some things that's happened to me as a child that really fucked me over once I remembered about these incidents, and really have scarred my heart so hard. And even when I confronted my parents about it and told them about it, I was still emotionally neglected. When I told other family members, emotionally neglected. When I told other people, emotionally neglected. Like, I got blocked when I confronted someone about it. Like, it was just, you know. And people around my family, I wouldn't even consider that my family, but people from my mother's side, because it's those motherfuckers from my mother's side. I don't fuck with them. I don't like any of them. But because they have always been very ambitious about making me look like the bad guy, making me look like I'm this terrible person constantly. Like, I even have a cousin on my mother's side, same, like, his mom and my mom, like, same mom, same dad. He walked around, spread rumors about me to my other trifling ass cousins that I wish nothing but bad shit for them, because Yeah, but he even went around and lied about me to them. Just spread a bunch of lies about me and said that, like, I don't want to be in contact with her. This is why, like, you know, when someone already is talking mad shit about you, and then other people are just coming in and adding just like their own projections and their own insecurities into like why they don't fuck with you. That was like basically what he was doing about me. So these whores thought that they could like confront me, and I was like, babe, like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you need to watch how you talk to me. Because no one talks to me crazy, babe. Doesn't matter who the fuck you are. Like, I wouldn't even let the president talk to me crazy. I wouldn't let anyone I don't let anyone talk to me crazy. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. It doesn't matter, babe. So you need to watch how the fuck you talk to me, regardless of who the fuck you are, because no one is off limits. You talking crazy to me, bitch, I will talk crazy back to you. Do not think you can fuck with me, bitch. Because I've seen shit, I've been through shit, okay? I've thugged shit out my whole life. I don't rely on anyone, because for me, I learned very quickly that shit is a liability. None of you hoes are ever real. None of you hoes are loyal. You guys are not my kind. The only kind I tend to fuck with is my own kind. Until this day, I haven't found anyone. Guys, when I say I don't have friends because people never live up to the expectation of what a true, genuine friend is. Okay? I am someone who have constantly been betrayed by people, and people love betraying me. People love doing it. Because I'm so confident in my own, people sense the confidence within me. They sense that shit and always try to find a crack. They try to find a crack, but babe, I'm starting to let you know, but this confidence hasn't been borrowed. I own it. I own it. It's been earned. So therefore, I own it. And you can sense that shit within me. You sense the aura within me, babe. My confidence is real, hunty. This shit is real. I'm a raw, real bitch. When I say I have been through shit, anyways. So yeah, by the way, this cousin, I think he's gay. I think he's genuinely gay. Because I confronted him about it. He's like, what? I think he's like 30 something. He's a lot more older than me. When I tell you, every time he sees me, you guys know, like, he runs from me. He hides. He runs from me. Like, he's that afraid to, like, get eye-to-eye contact with me. That's how intimidating I am. Even my other cousins, because I confronted them about something that I remembered had happened to me in their home. In their nasty, trifling, devilish home. I confronted them about it. Till this day, none of those hoes dare to even enter my parents' home now. And these bitches live in London, by the way. But anyways. So, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm soon done with this video. This is why I just get so exhausted, because like making videos like this, you have to talk so much. My makeup is so good. I love this foundation. Anyways, so I would just say this. I don't come from a safe family. I don't fuck with my family at all, and none of them need to fuck with me, because I will get everything I want this life. So for me, it's better for them to not fuck with me. But it was something that I remember that had happened to me at my mom's side of the family. And when I told my parents about it, they all neglected it. Like, no one really cared, especially my mother. And it made me look at my mother in a different lens. Like, I've never really fucked with her, but this made me not fuck with her. Like, this made it more, like, this became more of a wake-up call for me about the type of woman she actually is. Because she knew. She knew. She fucking knew. So, recently, like a couple months ago, I guess, I saw something that was not okay. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it, honestly, because it just like breaks my heart. It makes me so like, I get so much anxiety. I saw someone who is very, like, I witnessed someone vulnerable being taken advantage of, and this person cannot speak for themselves. This person cannot protect themselves if something were to happen, if someone were to take advantage of them, and they wouldn't understand either. I saw it, I reacted very strongly to it, because I know how it feels to be vulnerable and having no one protecting you, no one speaking up for you, no one having your back. So I took the responsibility, you know. So I was like, I made sure that what I saw was told to the people around me. And one family member encouraged me to call, like to make a report about it, you know, like file a police report about it. And I want to say, I told every adult who is connected to these two people about what the fuck I had just witnessed. And I was just so afraid to even call the authorities and do this, because I just knew that the reaction would be so fucking intense. I knew I would have to pay the price of it. Like, I was just like, oh, already like mentally prepared for it, but I just didn't want to go through it, because it was just like every single day, like while I was living with my parents, I was losing weight. Like, I was super skinny, guys. I'm like 6 feet tall. I was under 60 kg. Like, do you guys understand how skinny I am? Like, obviously I will always be skinny. I've always been skinny, but like, it was to the point, like, for being that tall, how tall I am, that's like underweight. Like, it's not like I'm walking for a Victoria's Secret. I couldn't even eat. Like, I wasn't even eating my mother's food, because eating her food felt like eating the devil's food. Like, I didn't feel comfortable eating anything she was cooking. She was constantly wanting to fight with me, constantly wanting just to like, please, like, no, like, I am a grown woman. Like, I cannot be in conflicts and things like that. Like, I just don't have time for it. I have to protect myself. I have to protect my peace. Like, I just need to have it calm, you know. Like, I just need like a calm life. I don't like drama. Like, you know, some people thrive of drama, of fighting, and I am just not the type of person. Like, I am just not the type of person. That's why I don't have a lot of people around me, because I grew up with so much fucking drama, so much like fighting and screaming and yelling. Like, it was to the point where when I was even talking, people was always like, why are you talking so loud? Why? Like, I used to be very angry. Like, my whole teenage life, I've been very angry, very aggressive, and all of that shit. Like, it's just now in my adulthood, I've kind of like stepped into now my feminine energy, but I have just like always been very, not erratic, but like, it's just been like, I just haven't really lived to my highest potential. And when I saw what happened, when I witnessed whatever the fuck I witnessed, I made a call to authorities, and this person got arrested the next day. And all hell broke loose. Because keep in mind, I was still living with my parents. Isn't it crazy that like they only reacted when the authorities got involved? But I did something for someone who I love a lot. And I know this person is very vulnerable. This person cannot talk for themselves. They cannot help themselves. And there are studies, cases that shows that usually people who are vulnerable, like people who have like special needs or whatever, they're the ones that people take mostly advantage of. And I just felt like this person cannot talk for themselves. They cannot help themselves. They will constantly need help to the day-to-day personal assistance. I needed to do something, and I felt like I was protecting a peace of mind when I did that. And yeah, like it was very like difficult, but I cried so much every single day. Like every single day I cried a lot. I wasn't comfortable leaving this person alone. I was constantly like scared to leave this person alone. I was like, oh my god, like, you know, I was like that worried. Like I didn't feel good. I had anxiety. I couldn't even sleep. And then, you know, like imagine, like I even lived in the same roof as my mom. I didn't talk to her. Like we had this, like it was like 8 months of us not talking. Like that's how, like, you know, it was. And she was just a bitch. Whenever I lived with my parents, they constantly said, they're like, oh, this is our roof, this is our home. They constantly tried to bully me, tried to tell me, especially my mother, that I don't have a driver license and shit like that. That I haven't done anything, that I haven't gone to school or whatever. Just constantly trying to make me feel like I haven't accomplished anything. It doesn't bother me though, like don't worry. Like I honestly could care less. Like I don't care that I don't have a driver license. And I don't care that I don't have a fucking degree. No one will be able to bully me for not having a driver license and not having a degree. It's not going to happen. Like, you can't bully me for that. I'm sorry, but it's not gonna happen. Especially not from someone like her. Are you joking? Babe, please. But yeah, so this person got arrested. And when that person got arrested, that's the only time my parents felt like they wanted to react and show that they are, you know, good people. So they were threatening me and everything, and when I just knew I just had to leave, I was like, I cannot stay with these motherfuckers because they will try to kill me. When I got back, because I was outside, I was journaling and whatever. When I got back, babe, like my mom had removed my whole door. She had removed my whole door from my room. She had already packed my things. So I was just like packing my things in a suitcase. I left. And I haven't gone back since then. And yeah. I checked in a hotel for a week. I cried every single night, every single day, every single night, every single day. Morning, night, walking, sitting at the bus, sitting at the train, crying, in the shower crying, eating crying. Every single minute crying. I couldn't even fucking enjoy the buffet. Like, ugh. Waking up early in the morning, going for a walk, crying. Thinking about the one person I made sure got hurt by someone. Ooh. Should have had the camera like this the whole time. By the angle, whatever. And as soon as I left, like the next day, my mother was like calling everyone, telling them to tell me to come back. You trifling whore, I'm never coming back to you. You will never see me again. Because all this shit that has happened to me, guys, like my mom, I don't have anything like against her. I don't have any issues with her. I just don't like her. She has daughter issues. She has some mommy issues, I guess. She's just not my type of person. I just genuinely do not like her. I don't appreciate her. Like I'm not thankful for anything that she has ever done, because her most important job in this life was to be a mother, and she chose to not be one to me. And that's what she chose. She chose to not be one to me, And that's something that she has chosen. It's already too late. She's in her 50s now, and I am in my 20s now. There's nothing to fix. And I am very, like, becoming more emotionally detached from my family. I have some people who do support me, some family members who have supported me, and especially this one person who definitely encouraged me to go to the police. And I'm so happy that I did. I'm so happy that I, you know, stood by my integrity. But this is also a part of my rebuilding phase that has now left me kind of stranded. I stayed at a hotel for a week, checked myself in. But after that, babe, like, Stockholm is fucking expensive. Like, what's going on? Like, no. So I opened up to a friend, which I've never done in my life. And me and this girl, like, she's my best friend. Like, we have known each other for so long, but never have I ever cried to her or opened up to her. And I'm someone, I don't like to feel like a burden. I don't like to feel like I am disturbing people, because I just feel like relying on people, like, I quickly learned that relying on other people is just a liability. People are madly fake. There's no safety in trusting and relying on other people. So I don't really talk about my business and things like that to other people. But in this moment where I am in life, and by that moment to be specific, I was a girl who needed, you know, her girlfriends in need. Like, I needed help. I was a friend who needed help. And I don't have a lot of friends, but the friends that I do have did indeed open the door for me and let me in. And I stayed with them for a minute. I've never cried for a friend. Like, I'm a tough bitch, you know. So for me, just like on social media, I showcase my life looking very chic and, you know, very this, and I'm going out and I'm walking and I'm like eating outside and traveling and shit like that. All of that is real, but all of that is also like a survival mechanism. Like, I'm very sensitive behind the scenes. Yes, I'm very fierce and everything, but like, I cry a lot, and I've cried a lot these past few months. Last year was not a good year for me. It was a bad year for me, and moving forward, this is not the summer I expected I would have. Like, I felt so hopeless. I felt so lost, but whatever happened needed to happen. At the end, I know that karma will reward my integrity. I know that what I did was ooh, and my camera is dying. Of course, I charged it the whole night. What is going on? But I know what I did was out of love, and I did it to protect someone that I loved a lot, and I have no regrets in doing so. I will forever protect a child who's innocent and someone vulnerable, because I know exactly how it is to be in that position, not feeling heard and not being protected by the people who are supposed to. And I chose to take that responsibility and do it, and I have no problems going to court and testifying against that motherfucker bitch. So you best believe it. And I know from the outside I look very polished and chic and everything, and I kind of made it my responsibility to constantly make sure that I keep, you know, showing up as her, because that's the only thing I could control, my own aesthetic. You know, I cannot control the decisions that other people make. I cannot control the things that people do to me, but I sure can control the outcome of it, the way I respond, the way I react, and the way I move on. And I chose to take the high road, handle shit with grace, and keep up with living my life and investing into myself. I'm very hyper focused on my aesthetic and the way I look. Not in a bad way, but it has become a little bit more of like a trauma response where I'm like hyper fixated on my aesthetics. So like, you know, facials, nails done. I have like a 2-hour body care routine all of a sudden, my skincare and everything, and I'm just like supplements and carrot juice and everything, like walking 50,000 steps. So okay, it's recording. Guys, thankfully I have this Digicam. I know maybe the quality isn't everyone's faves, but my camera died and I must finish this video. But what I just wanted to talk about, like just the last bit before I end this video, because I am about to head out. A lot of shit has happened. I mean, we have spoken about it. I have told you guys a little bit. For me personally, all I needed to feel was as a woman. Like, I just wanted to feel like a woman, and for me that was all about maintaining it, posting, do my makeup, going out for walks, you know, like taking care of myself, getting my manicures, eating healthy and shit like that. Just kind of like rebuilding, like literally rebuilding shit, this shitty fucking life of mine. And shit just keeps getting worse for me, like worse and worse and worse. Like, I always think back about all the years and I'm like, when have I ever been happy? Like, I feel like I've never truly been happy. Whenever I hope that life will get better, it just never fucking does. I just get slapped with more slaps. Like, this is like the 10,000 fucking slap I have received, darling, like by living, babe. Like, no gray hair yet, but babe, like when the fuck am I going to relax? But also I know that I will be rewarded with something so much more better, something more beautiful. It is what it is. I'm getting all these battles because the universe knows that I can handle it. And you know, at the end, everything that will happen in this life will be earned. Nothing will be handed to me. And I felt like it was time for me to be a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more open, so you guys know you don't need to know everything, and you won't know everything as well, because I'm not a bitch with trauma dumps. But I want you guys to understand that I am a real bitch with raw emotion here, okay? I'm a woman who have seen through things. I have been through things, and everything that I do it for myself. I do it for my younger self. I do it for the kid who couldn't stand up for herself and who had no one standing up for herself. I am standing up for her through the lens of other people as well. And I know that karma will reward my integrity, even though whatever happened was very painful. And even when I think about it, I want to cry, but I'm not going to cry because I just got all glammed up and dolled up to look cute and pretty, to feel beautiful. Because that's how I am on the inside. I made sure to match my inside with the outside. And I will always remind myself of, you know, who I am. And I just wanted to let you guys know that, like, you know, there's different sides of everyone. Not everything you see on social media is real. I felt a lot more comfortable talking about this on YouTube than on fucking TikTok. It's TikTok, please. The amount of shallow bitches. I told y'all, there's some hoes over there talking mad as shit about me. If you guys only knew the way these hoes constantly trying me. Please. But they don't understand. I will win at the end. I will get everything I want at the end. I am the chosen one. That's why I'm going through all of this shit. Because I actually can handle it. And I'm handling this shit with grace. Okay, I'm not losing my mind. And I won't lose my mind either. Trust me, shit is hard. But I have chosen to keep things chic and sophisticated all through the way. Even though I have cracked a couple times, I have never been fully broken. And I'm not going to break. So it's not going to happen. Standing 10 toes, walking tall. I'm 6 feet. 180 centimeters. I feel like 6 feet just sounds a little bit, 2 meters. But it's not. It's like, what, 182? I don't fucking know. Sorry. Yeah. But I feel good, I guess. I'm still scared as fuck. Because I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with my life. Where will I be? But next time I'm coming with some better news. Next time, you guys will just see, like, this is just me rebuilding. Like, this is the truth. Some people are rebuilding from divorce. Some people are rebuilding from other, like, everyone's lives is very different. What is that? Yeah, everyone's life is very different, and I am rebuilding from this, starting from scratch again. And social media has definitely like been a place where I felt like I can express myself and where my creativity can go, because no one here knows me. No one here really can. People can obviously judge you, but it's like I get to be who I want to be here. I get to be who I am technically, but I'm only showing parts I'm comfortable with. So hopefully this video isn't too much of like, yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video and for keeping up with me. I wish you nothing but the best. And yeah, this is just a part of my journey, what I am experiencing right now in my life. And oh, by the way, last week a man came up to me and he even said, he was like, "You're so lucky, but you don't catch it yet." I was like, what are you talking about? But I guess I am very lucky, because look at me. Even though with everything that's happened to me, you would never ever think, ever believe that the shit that I've been through, I have been through, because look how I am now. Look at the way I talk, the way I am, the way I act. I am like who I am, you know, everyone. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect, because nobody fucks with perfection. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And I will do better soon. This just needed to happen for me to get what I want. Before good things comes, the worst needs to happen. That's exactly what happened. Anyways, divas, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Keep up with me on my other social medias. And take care. Bye.